It's the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast with Alex Trataros, John Meleka, and Raisi on the beat. Let's go.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another Jets episode of Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. And not with me, as always, my co-host, my pal, our boy Alex, the Tratacaster 101. I hope you saw him on the New York Sports shot with Dexter Henry. He's killing it out there. He's working on Knicks Fan TV right now. So I'm sure we're gonna add something at the end here. With him, he's going to want to throw his thoughts on this game, but we got to get it out. We got to get it out of us. We got to get this poison out of us. We just got home, so from Jetlife Stadium. As always, with me is our buddy, my pal, the third leg on the Jets, and of course, as you all know, on Winning Picks Weekly, our boy Greg. What up, Greg?
What's going on, John? Tough day today. But I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to hear what the fans have to say. Jets Twitter obviously has been a buzz. And I'm excited to hear you were at the game, what it was like pre-game, during the game, all that stuff. So, sucks that we lost. Sucks that we lost to the Patriots, especially. But I think there were some positive takeaways from this game.
Yeah, so as always, I love getting your take. And, of course, I'm going to get Alex's take later, but of what you saw on the television, what you were live seeing on Twitter, and what the announcers were saying, and what's going on in Red Zone. Like, I literally know when something's on Red Zone because my phone blows up. When it's on
Yeah.
everybody goes and tells me about it. So straight up from the beginning, Jetlife Stadium today was popping, man. The parking lot was rocking early. Shout out to the Gotham City crew. Dude, they were out there from I think it opens at 8, so they were out there before like 7:50. It was dark out, posting pictures, like waiting in line. So shout out to them. We were with the dollar store Jet tailgate. People across the street from the Jet tailgate, and they were real nice to us. They let us park right next to them. They inherited us, so we gave us some of their food. We were chilling with them, so the vibes were great in the parking lot. I didn't really see many Patriots fans, which is completely out of the norm. Even last year. Like, last year was the first year without Brady. And it was like, okay, there's still Patriots fans. It's not as many, 12s walking around. It's a little bit better. Just some 10s. I could deal with the 10 jerseys. But now this week, it was a lot of Jets oriented, and everyone was hyped, man. Everyone knew this was a huge game. And the Jets, real quick, I gotta start this off. Did anybody see or anybody post on Twitter that CJ Mosley came out with a Bane mask on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know if that was, as soon as he did that, I was like, this is gonna be either the coolest thing or the dumbest thing that we've ever done.
Yeah.
I was already like, oh no. But shout out to Section 111A. That's where I was sitting today, and a bunch of season ticket holders, and they were really cool. Every day they're there. They were like, "Who are you?" I was like out of the ordinary. They were really awesome. So shout out to them. The vibes in the stadium were so loud. They did the fireworks at 12. Everyone started laughing, but it worked. We were joking around. It worked, man. The stadium was really loud. Everybody around us, including some of the season ticket holders, like, dude, I don't remember the last time I saw the players' anthem. I don't remember the last time I saw all this stuff. The pregame. We just don't. We're literally there at kickoff. So
that's cool.
The vibes are there, and the Jets played like it, Greg.
Yeah, man.
The Jets came out firing, man. The first half feels like 10 years ago at this point, right? From where we're sitting right now. But, dude, they came out firing. The defense. I mean, of course, we got the ball first, so we started out with a 3-and-out, and I was like, we're all like, all right, here we go. All right, like 3-and-out to the Patriots. But the defense, anything they threw at them, it wasn't the don't bend, don't break, which I hate. They didn't do that. They just didn't bend. They honestly, they were stopping. And I can't avoid it. Look. Credit to the Patriots. Every third down, which they got a lot of, they were chipping first and second down, and they got third and shorts, which is exactly what you want. And they exploited us like they must have been listening to the Nick Jets, etc. podcast, Greg, because if you and Alex have been screaming at this for I think 2 years now. You're gonna get Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield, and you're gonna get the tight ends, and that's exactly what they did on every single third down, and they converted so many
all day long. Yeah, I think it started out 3 for 3 from third down. They might have kept that going, but dude, Ramondre Stevenson was a problem. They got both tight ends going a little bit. I saw Jonnu Smith out there. He doesn't really get a ton of plays, but I mean, he had 3 catches. Henry was out there, so dude, it was tough to watch because you kind of knew what was coming. And we couldn't stop it today, which is unfortunate because besides Stevenson and besides the tight ends, I feel like we did a great job slowing down Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones had under 200 yards, threw a pick, should have been 2. We'll talk about that. He looked like he was under pressure.
I don't know how much I can talk about it, Greg.
Yeah,
I legit don't know at this point.
So I felt like our defense was doing a real good job. It's just offense putting us in bad positions, obviously, with the turnovers, and then just not being able to get it going. I mean, it was clear that, Breece Hall wasn't back there, and it was clear that AVT wasn't blocking because Zach was running for his life a lot today. It was tough to watch.
So let's just stick there before we get a little too detailed, but the Breece Hall thing, I really felt that, especially when there was one play, I can't remember when it was, but dude, Michael Carter let someone just fly right by him. On pass protection. I don't know if that was on TV.
Tried to chip him, and it just did absolutely nothing.
Dude, that was so bad. I mean, and I was very because I was right behind the Jets sideline, so I was like seeing every single sub, especially with the running backs, and I was like calling it out. I was like, okay, Ty Johnson's here. And Ty Johnson was playing every third down, every important play. There's always Ty Johnson. For that reason, Michael Carter got in there, and dude, we got wrecked. And then we ended up having to kick a field goal because of it. It's tough, dude.
It is tough. And it's tough to see it over and over and over again. And again, it's one of those things, like you said, it's tough to know what's coming and still have it happen over and over.
But you mentioned the AVT thing. Was that apparent? Was that apparent? Because it's really hard when you're there to like assess like who on the offensive line is really killing it, unless like someone is getting sack after sack. Of course, the red sleeves and Judon. I mean, dude, if you see the red sleeves, run away. Like he's giving it to you. He's like Zach Wilson ran at him once. I literally wanted to close my eyes. I don't know if you remember that play. That was scary, man. He's a terror to the league and to the Jets. So I don't understand why I don't stay away from him. Anyway, was it apparent on TV where on the offensive line there was a lot of give? Because as usual, he was running for his life. But you said it was apparent that AVT was missing. Like, was that apparent on TV or? I
mean, I don't know if it was necessarily apparent, like, like the pressure's always coming from the right side, but it was clear that, we're down to our 5th tackle or whatever it is. And it's clear that we're not playing. The offensive line play has taken a step back from what it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I just felt like, if we had AVT out there, I really do believe he's our best offensive player. That would have shored up a couple things. That would have helped Zach Wilson with his timing. I mean, we all know it's Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's not good under pressure. He might be one of the worst quarterbacks under pressure in the league. And he's great when he has a clean pocket. So when you can't block and you can't give him time to make a play, bad things happen. We saw it happen today over and over again.
Okay. I could definitely agree with that sentiment. And I want to go into it. You know what? Let's just start because I'm staring at Okay, AVT's gone, man.
Yeah,
he's gone. We just have to get over it. He's gone. Breece Hall's gone. Look, to stop even talking about them. They're gone for the next year plus. You know what I mean? They're not even ready for week 1. So let's just get over it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm staring at McDermott and Remmers just standing right next to each other, just staring. Like almost like in a movie, like just standing right there. They're not the answer.
No.
Right. So before we get into the specifics of this game, with the deadline coming up, are you anticipating like an offensive tackle move?
I don't know. It really depends. It depends on a million things, but it really comes down to what Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh and this front office and coaching staff believes this Jets team can be. If they think we can be a playoff team that makes a push, I think that you do see a trade.
Okay.
I think if
Let's
I
slow
don't,
down.
yeah,
Playoffs.
I think
Right
if
now,
we're I think
let's
if we're
slow
just
down.
trying to make the playoffs and we're like, okay, we're happy with, a 500 season. It's a building season. See what we got with Zach Wilson. I don't know if we make a trade, especially because it depends. It really just comes down to what we're giving up. I mean, what we've seen with Joe Douglas so far is he's been an absolute wizard when it comes to making trades, both getting picks and then giving picks for great players. So I think James Robinson played good today. It was great to see him out there already, even though he's only been in the facility less than a week. And maybe
He's a good runner.
Yeah,
He's finding those holes.
yeah, and maybe there is a good trade out there that Joe Douglas can finagle because, I think, it sounds like Fant may be coming back soon. Max Mitchell, I think, is available next week if he's healthy. We also have a bye coming up, so it's like, okay, if we trade someone or something for an offensive lineman, and then all of a sudden Fant's back, Max Mitchell's back, someone else gets a little healthy, it's like, okay, like what are we doing with all these offensive linemen? It seems like we can use them because they keep getting hurt, but you don't want to trade, a fourth-round pick or a third-round pick unless it's like Laramie Tunsil, who you think is going to be, a future, left tackle for the next 5 years that, you can anchor this offensive line around.
Okay.
Unless it's that.
And okay, let's talk about the Jets' moves before this game. Something weird and kind of it's going through this narrative of what is Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh kind of see out of this season. Right before this game started, 2 days ago we had Strevler kind of move up, and everyone's like, "What's going on here? Is he about to be Taysom Hill? Is there a trade imminent maybe with Joe Flacco or Mike White? We don't know what's going on." All of a sudden, before this game started, I mean, if you're listening, like you think you're confused. I mean, we have the writers and they're also confused. The teams that follow the team and hang out with these guys every single day at work, they're also confused. We had Joe Flacco inactive, we had Strevler inactive, we had Mike White there. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there, but definitely something to keep an eye on, especially the way this game went. Let's get right into it, man. Zach Wilson. Okay, that's the topic. That's the topic today. That's what everyone wants to talk about, and we're not going to shy away from it. Let's just start with Zach Wilson because he's the quarterback. He was the second pick. That's what everyone is texting me about throughout the whole game. That's what's on TV. And like you said, Greg, he's rating at the bottom of the league in a lot of categories. You know what I mean? So it's fair, in my opinion, to start here. The first thing I want to say is it's absolutely hilarious that he says, I don't care about statistics after this game. I also wouldn't care about statistics if every single time I play the Patriots, I have 3 to 4 interceptions. But listen, man, the first time he did it, I remember going through every interception when I was there and after. We dissected it. Some of them weren't his fault. Some of them were like desperation. It was kind of in and out.
Yeah.
He's today. Every single, I'm gonna rewatch it in horror, but every single turnover by him was horrifically his fault, like abysmally his fault. I don't know how else to put it, dude. What was he doing? He was just kept rolling. It's as if Bill Belichick wanted Zach Wilson to roll out and make a play. You're like, go ahead. You like rolling out? Roll out, because then you close half the field. And we know you're going to be here, and we're going to intercept it. And we kept baiting it. He's like, oh, yeah, you like this play? Okay, go ahead. And it worked once, right? It worked once with Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
It was a play action, and it worked. And everyone's like, oh, great design. Like in the whole section, great design. That was amazing. Finally,
great
that play.
Route. Yeah.
It's like the 4th time that's worked with Zach Wilson now, where he swings out. The guy like fakes and goes. Like, okay, we got something rolling. And Belichick, okay, keep going. Keep trying it. And it led to interception after interception. So I want to hear your take on Zach Wilson. I want to hear what the Twitter world is saying about Zach Wilson real quick from your perspective. I know what the radio was saying. The radio wants him cut, which I think is a little bit tough right now. So what's your take? It's his fault we lost today. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Zach Wilson, number 1 culprit of this game. Number 1, Zach Wilson. Number 2, the referees. And number 3, Judon. Number 4, Greg Zuerlein. Like that to me is literally the four and number 5,
miss.
Braden Mann. Like that to me is the 5 reasons why we lost today. Like in order.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It's funny that you point out special teams too, because it's something that stuck out to me. You know, we had such a great special teams game against Green Bay. I felt like we haven't been able to recreate that now in back-to-back games against the Broncos and against the Patriots. Maybe there's better special teams. I mean, Green Bay historically is terrible at special teams, so maybe it was a little flash in the pan, but I saw what we're capable of. So I expected more from this team in special teams. I also saw what Zach Wilson's capable of in that Pittsburgh Steelers game in the fourth quarter, and today wasn't it. It was very clear. It was 100% on him. He made plays, and I don't want to scorch him too much because I want to watch the all 22. Because from watching the game on TV, some of those interceptions he made today, I didn't see a Jet guy anywhere near it.
Greg.
Yeah.
You can have the all 22. You can have the all 44. You can go get a helicopter. You can skydive in.
I'm just like, where are you throwing it to?
Dude, there was nobody near. The one where he faked throwing out of bounds. Who did he fake out? Himself?
Yeah.
What was that? What? He was staring there for an hour, and he's like, I'm going to throw it away. And then he just threw it in bounces to the
defender. Like, the defender just had to drop to his knees and catch the ball. He didn't have to make, like, a crazy play.
That was a while. And did he get I just got home from the game.
Yeah.
I was listening to some of the radio press conferences. I was listening to a little bit Zach Wilson, but they only played clips of it because the Knicks game pregame was starting, so they were like kind of running through it as they could. Did Zach Wilson say it's not fun throwing out of bounds or something of that nature? Like he wants to keep it in bounds. Like I don't want to like aggregate it, but dude, just throw the damn ball away. Like because after he started actually throwing the ball away, everyone started booing him. But now, because we're frustrated, dude. Like, now we're annoyed.
Yeah, the boos are like, where was this before the 3 interceptions? That's why I would be booing him if I was at the game. Like, dude, you have to learn. And he does it with his feet, too. He's always trying to extend the play. He's always willing to get hit in order to extend the play. And then the terrible play happens. Like, dude, sometimes a punt is an okay play. At the end of a drive, if the drive's not going well, it's okay.
Not if it's Braden Mann, dude. Not if it's Braden Mann. We have one shank every couple games. Listen, man, we can't be doing this against the Patriots. We can't miss field goals within 30 yards. Was it a 28-yarder or something? What was it?
I don't know. I'll look it up. But dude, I was blown away that we missed that. We can't
shake a punt and do that. I'm gonna throw up. If this keeps happening, bro. Like, what more? Do the Jets have
It was a 45. It was a 45-yard field goal.
Okay, 45.
And he got ran into. I was just like, how is that not a penalty? But again, we talked about it. The refs, it's tough. We said it in the preview. I'll say it again. It's tough to beat the Patriots and the refs in an NFL football game. Today was, as much as it was on Zach Wilson, I agree. There was bad plays. There was time after time. People on Jets Twitter, you wanted the pulse of Jets Twitter from what I've seen. All week long, there's a divide. There's a divide amongst Jets Twitter. Zach Wilson is good. Zach Wilson is bad. And then there's the people in the middle that I think that makes sense, which is where I stand, is we just don't know what Zach Wilson is yet. People, like you're saying, calling in, talking about it, we should cut Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's not a franchise quarterback. I think this was his 17th game. It's like
I think 18.
18th game. It's like, how do you know after 18 games if he's going to lead you for the next 300 games? Like, there's, like, a franchise quarterback's a really big deal, especially if you can nail it. I don't know if I've seen enough from Zach Wilson. I've seen bad, I've seen good. I don't know. Today there was, what I was going to say is the one big thing that people talk about is his feet. Setting his feet, off-platform throws, and how he does it all the time. He did it 8 times today, 10 times today, where he's just sailing the ball over a guy. You don't need to do that. You can just take a second, set your feet, throw it correctly, or just throwing really short. There was a couple times to running back, check down guys, tight ends, where we could have got 5 or 6 yards and maybe extended a drive, but he's throwing it a yard short because he's not setting his feet, and he's just making these very inaccurate throws, and eventually it's like, all right, dude, like, what's the deal here? Like, what's going on? You're willing to extend the play and run. You're willing to get hit to make a play. Why can't you just set your feet and throw an accurate ball. Because we've seen it
Okay.
before. There was plays today where he nailed it in there, and the defender just batted it down at the last second. Where I was like, dude, this is a franchise quarterback. Like he
Yo, he
can
had
make
amazing
plays.
throws today, Greg.
Yeah,
He had 5 or 6 amazing throws. Like he had a couple to Garrett Wilson, who, dude, he finds a hole when he gets the ball. Like, talk about yak. He's made for Mike LaFleur. Like, he's made in Mike LaFleur's basement somewhere. Like, it's in his lab. It's crazy. Like, but then at the same time, and I guess we have to talk about it at this point. Elijah Moore, he's done. He's done with this team, dude.
yeah.
They targeted him once, and it was the worst throw I've ever seen in my life. It was like a bounce. He was. I don't know. I don't want to say whether he was open or not. I didn't really notice that he was open.
I was looking for it, John. You said it going into the game, like, okay, like, first play of the game is going to be, like, go to Elijah Moore, get him involved. And I was looking for him all day today. I think this people are saying on Twitter, I didn't see the snap counts yet. He got, like, a handful of snaps today. He was barely involved. So, I agree with you. I think he's going.
I was calling it out almost every time he was out there, and it was very rare. It was very rare. Jeff Smith got a lot of. I would guess off the top of my head that Jeff Smith and Moore had the same exact amount of snap counts. I'm not joking. And another thing, I know that we love Corey Davis, right? And he comes through clutch. Let me just tell you right now, because we're on the offense, Denzel Mims, he could do exactly what Corey Davis does. I'm just, he does exactly what he does.
Yeah, to me, it's like there's a step down. It's like he can do exactly what Corey Davis does when he does everything perfectly. He just does everything perfectly a lot less than Corey Davis. That's what makes Corey Davis like a good wide receiver in the NFL, and that's what makes Denzel Mims like a wide receiver 5. It's like if he can be consistent with how he plays football, snap in and snap out. Okay, yeah, I think he could be great. He's a big body. He had a great catch today, great run after the catch. But it's just the consistency. That's what separates these guys. And I would love to see Mims get more involved and do something. Jeff Smith, too, had a nice catch at one point, too, for like 20-something yards, 23 yards.
Yeah, he was nice today. I think he made a play on special teams as well.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So he played well. Of course, Conklin back in the game. Number 1 tight end in fantasy, I'm pretty sure, so far. He killed it today with the 2 touchdowns. I love CJ Uzomah with everything in my heart. I love when he's in, dude. I know he's about to lay someone out, and he did, and he like gave up his wrist. I thought he broke his wrist, dude. He hit him. One of his really big hits. I gotta find it. I forgot it was early. Obviously, everything good happened in the first half. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That
That dreaded
I thought he
third
broke
quarter.
his wrist. And then, like, later on, I saw him back, and he made another big tackle. I was like, let's go. Another big stuff. I was like, yo, CJ, I love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm tell you what. First of all, I can't believe it took so long to mention this. Did you realize the score is 22-17? Like, exactly what we talked about? This is exactly, you said it's going to be a weird score, 22-17. This is exactly what the Bills score was 2 times in a row, 22-17.
I didn't realize it
wild.
was 17. I didn't realize 22-17 was the number we're talking about. I remember you saying how crazy of a number 22 is to get to and how weird it is, and everyone keeps picking it. So I picked it to be fun. Obviously, I had it the other way. I had 22 for the Jets, but it didn't seem like that crazy. So maybe I was just out of my mind. I don't know how they got to 22. Just a lot of field goals, I guess.
So let's talk a lot of field goals. Dude, Nicky
5.
Folk hasn't missed in years. Dude, Nicky Folk couldn't hit anything with the damn Jets a decade ago. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. He's a monster with the he didn't miss anything, dude. He couldn't just give us one. If he just missed one field goal, Greg, because if we just hit the one, everything would have been different. But speaking of things that are different,
insane. It's insane. I feel like.
And speaking of scores, I it was about to be 17-3, Greg. The Herald 17-3. That's everything I want in my life, for the Jets to be up 17-3. Right? It happens to it's always the opposite. We did it in Green Bay, and I was like, oh my God. And it was about to happen today, and it did happen. I saw it. And this is the second game I've been to this year, Greg, that there's been a pick 6 called back. I can't handle it anymore. I can't handle it. that pick six being called back for John Franklin Myers, quote unquote, by the referee, hitting him too hard is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's disgusting.
I can't believe it. That was such a turning point in this game, and they came back and they scored 3. Like, thank God for the Jets defense. That's where you bend don't break, right? Because like they're already in bad territory, and they only gave up 3. But dude, how is that a penalty, Greg? How was that a penalty by Mac Jones dropping his head in the last second and CJ Mosley hitting him with his shoulder? How?
I don't know. Like I said, it's tough. It's tough to beat the refs, man. It really is. And it just seemed like every single call was going the Patriots' way. I mean, the Mac Jones thing, I'll start with that because to me, I was honestly more upset with that, with him sliding in CJ Mosley getting hit. Like, he's a runner. He's fighting for yardage to get a first down. Our defender is trying to stop him from getting a first down. Like, it's not like the play is over. It's not like it's 10 yards past the first down and we're fighting over it. Like, they're at the line to gain. Like, they're trying to stop. They're playing football. And he chose as a runner to dive with his head. I think it was a great play by CJ to not hit him head with the helmet, lead with his shoulder. He did everything right. How is a diving defender or sliding defender, or whatever you want to call it, airborne supposed to adjust to someone dropping his head to where he's already going? Like, it's so insane. They've been talking about it in the NFL for years, and it's still a problem. I really don't know what to do about it because
he's a runner, Greg. Like, he's a runner. Like, if that's a running back, are you calling that a penalty?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Never.
He's a runner. Like, oh my God, dude,
it's crazy.
You're giving them a first down because of that, man. What's crazier at this point? Like, that play or the pick six that you're taking back for roughing the passer for hitting him too hard, or is it the last year's play was not for forward progress when it wasn't and it was a fumble?
Yeah.
Or is it the Austin Safarian Jenkins fumble in the end zone back to the 20-yard line for the Patriots? Like,
forward progression one was very tough. So tough.
Oh my! I wanted to rip my shirt off. Like, I couldn't believe it.
It's insane.
17-3. It could have been 17-3. It ended up being 10-6, bro.
It's tough, and there's a few things to it. What's tough is that it was 10-6, but then it ended up being 19-6 or 19-10. Like, they scored 16 straight points in our face after that play. We as a team, like, Robert Saleh was heated, everyone was heated. We as a team could not shake that play.
Yes.
Because it was
the fans
so
too.
Yeah, the fans too. It was quiet. I will say that. Like, you know.
You know why it was quiet, Greg? Because you know how many points we scored until 1 minute left in the fourth quarter?
0. I know.
So, okay, like, quiet. Yeah. I'm gonna curse you out. Like,
yeah.
What we booed Zach Wilson. I'm pretty sure you guys heard that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want us to do? Like, should we get up and cheer? Like, we're cheering third downs. Every third down, everyone stood up and we're cheering. Like, listen, at some point, you guys got to put your money where your mouth is, right? Like, the Jets defense put your money where your mouth is. You guys did the fireworks at 12. You made us come in. You did this whole campaign about how we need to go early because you guys suck at bringing us in because you have this massive stadium to fit all these fans, but your concession sucks during halftime and it's packed to get in. So you're trying to alleviate it. Like, come in, give us a home field. And we did it. The first half, we were all together. We all did it. And then you gave up 3 damn turnovers. The refs killed us. And the refs killed you guys and us at the same time. You guys didn't respond, and so neither did we. We responded to you. You know what I mean? And here we are, man. Like Quincy Williams, make some freaking tackles. He missed 2 blatant tackles today. You talk about erratic. This guy is either the best linebacker.
Yeah, he's either lighting up the Twitter sphere.
I've ever seen in my life, bro. It's insane. I can't. It's the same with Zach Wilson. Today, he's making like 6 zip throws and otherwise doing lobs to the other team. Like that Mac Jones interception. It was so funny. At first, it just looked like he just like lobbed it into the air. And everyone's like laughing at me. No, it was definitely tipped. And then they showed like the slow replay. Huff tipped it.
Yep.
You know why, Greg? Because in my brain, like, yeah, a quarterback can do that because Zach Wilson could make that interception throw and nobody
Yeah, I've
touching
seen it before. Yeah,
And Mark Sanchez,
Yeah.
all my quarterbacks could.
Hackenberg, yeah, sure.
Anyone, dude, anyone can make that. Like that's a typical Jets interception. So I'm like, yeah, but that's how much my brain is warped. But the defense played well. Like shout out to Michael Carter. He had 2 interceptions and a pick and then touchdown. I don't care what anybody says. Shout out to him, even though he fought with Whitehead for one. He did the Aaron Judge Bader. I thought that was gonna happen. In my
I know.
brain. TJ Mosley dropped one. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that was one where it was tipped at the line, so it was
Was it?
Yeah, it was moving weird. It hit off his like shoulder plate, or it was
told us.
It was either tipped at the line or it was tipped like on its way to him. So he was looking to catch it in his chest, and it hit him in his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, and he was pissed about it. I will say this about the John Franklin Meyer thing, and it is what it is. But on that drive, I remember watching. I was talking to my dad. I was just like, "This is the old Jets give up a touchdown here," because I forget what happened leading up to the John Franklin Meyer something, but something happened where we did something, or like we just had like a bad drive or something like that, or whatever it was. Oh no, we threw an interception. We threw a pick. Yeah. So they got the turnover on downs. Then we threw a pick, and I was like, "This if the Jets are the same old Jets, we give up a touchdown here because that's what we do in previous regimes." We get the interception, but as soon as I saw him catch the ball, I knew it was going to be a penalty. I had no excitement. Yeah. I was not jumping up and down because in the bottom of the screen, like John Franklin Meyer's now done this twice. Both times you've had the side of the Jets, which I agree with. Both times I've been against John Franklin Myers, but it's not really against the Jets. But dude, he hits him so late after he threw it. It's just like, dude, the guy's catching the ball when you're hitting him or when he's falling down.
Not today. It wasn't that late.
I'll have to look it up because
it wasn't that late, dude. It was right there. Mac Jones plays dead every time he gets hit. Mac Jones plays dead. Look, watch him get hit. He loses all. He literally plays. He's limbless every single time.
Yeah, well, he's
like this, and then he gets back up.
That's the Tom Brady method, man. You gotta stay smooth. Dude, you gotta stay pliable.
This Bill Bell. Look, man. It's so obvious. Like the Green Bay, when you're in Green Bay, the calls that they're getting in Green Bay, it's so obvious.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the refs are like, especially when they're playing the Patriots, it's insane.
Like we were talking a little bit like during the game. Listen, if you're a veteran quarterback or a veteran coach, you get these calls. Unfortunately, we had the opposite of that, and we happen to go into these historic stadiums versus historic coaches, right? Like he broke the record today. That stupid idiot Billy B. I hate him so much, dude. I hate him so much.
He's the worst.
I can't stand Bill Belichick, man. He really, man. I can't believe we lost. And now, Greg. Jets in Foxborough after the bye week. So it's Jets Bills at home next week, bye week, and then Jets Pats. Patriots also have a bye week, the same as us. It's going to be a must win. We're going to have to play this team, this exact same team with this film and this coach. And we have 2 weeks to get better. So
yeah, I think we will, man. I think James Robinson will get more comfortable. I think we'll figure something out when it comes to blocking at the running back position because we need it because this offensive line's hurt. I think the offensive line will get more healthy. I think the defense has played pretty good, man. There was one tweet out there I saw, which I'm not sure who sent it, that said like C.J. Mosley's turning into a first and second down linebacker, and he just needs to come out on third down. You know, I don't know how I feel about that because I feel like he made some great tackles on third down to keep people short. I think he made some good plays, but there is something to it where it's like, we have to figure something out on third down because I'll look up the stats here, but it just seemed like the Patriots were converting every chance they got. I mean, it was honestly really tough to watch. Third down efficiency. I guess they slowed down a little bit. They were 6 of 19 by the end of the game, but I think they started out 3 for 3, and they obviously had a game plan. What worries me is just Zach Wilson, man. He looked like he took a major step back today, and I get that with a young quarterback, there's going to be steps forward and there's going to be steps back. I mean, we saw it with Mac Jones last week. There was a major step back there, and he played well today. our guy didn't. But 355 yards. Everyone talk about Zach Wilson not throwing the ball enough. Threw the ball 20 for 40. It was 20 for 41. So he threw the ball plenty today.
Yeah, I wish we ran more today.
But this is what we've been saying the whole time. I don't want Zach Wilson to throw the ball a ton because that means we're losing. Like, we should be running the ball. We should be playing solid defense. And we need something on special teams. We need something to happen on special teams besides onside kicks.
I love Justin Hardy, though.
Oh, he's been incredible on the punt covers and kick covers and stuff. But
okay, so let me ask you this, so we can get out of here. Zach Wilson, let's just throw it out there that he gets wrecked by the Bills. Are you throwing in Mike White for the Patriots game coming out here, or are you putting him in for this Bills game? Like, no matter who our quarterback is, the Bills are the best team in the league. But it's gonna look really bad because we're at home. Number one, so the fans are gonna let him know I'll be there, screaming like an idiot, What do you think?
Before we get out of here, too, again, I said there were some highlights or some good things, some positives to take away from this game. Garrett Wilson, when the chips are down, Garrett Wilson's there to play. 115 yards today. He looked really good. He was making plays. The defense again, Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed showing up, playing very well. So. Again, the secondary too, Whitehead and Joyner playing pretty good. So,
dude, Sauce Gardner's unreal.
Oh, he's incredible. I'm saying it from the beginning. I'm the Zach Wilson or I'm the Sauce Gardner guy.
DJ Reed's really good too, man.
Dude, he might be one of the best He might be. I haven't looked at all of them yet, but he might be one of the best signings this offseason by any team. I mean, he's 20. Was he 25? He's young. I think he's still on one of his first contracts, if not his first contract. Like, he's young. He's a voice in the locker room, like Alex talked about. He's playing lights out. I'm very happy about him.
Listen, could I say one thing? Can I keep it positive?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk positives. I'm happy to talk positives.
Jets are 6 out of 7 that make the playoffs. So it goes Bills number 1. We'll see what happens today. Chiefs number 2. Titans number 3. Ravens number 4. Those are the divisions.
Yeah.
And then it's 3 wild cards. The Dolphins are 5-3. The Jets are 5-3. And the Bengals are 4-3.
Yeah. Yeah, to me it was just again.
We're fine. As long as you're not last, because then you play the Chiefs or the Bills first.
Yeah,
you're
true.
Good. You got to be at least 6. That's the only way you could at least advance one round. You have a chance. You got to be at least 6.
And again, another positive to throw on top of it. Zach Wilson played terribly today. 3 interceptions to absolutely nobody. Like. It was insane.
We almost won.
We lost by 5, John. We lost by 5 points. It was a 1-score game, and Zach Wilson played definitely his worst game this season, but it's one of the worst games of his career today.
I don't know. No, I think the other Patriots game was worse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why I said one. That's why I said one of. That's why I said one of. That was definitely worse. I think 4 interceptions, but this is 3 interceptions. Like, it's not good.
I think that was in a half too. I think that was in one half.
Yeah. So to me, the biggest thing that took the steam out of the sails a little bit, whatever, the wind out of the sails a little bit, was the whole Zach Wilson's progression. Right, second half of the season after he came back, much better with the football, looked a lot better. Again, injured this year, came back. Looking pretty good with the ball, taking care of the ball, and then boom, this is a huge step in the wrong direction. But again, this is just one game. The problem is, to your point, now he has to bounce back against the Bills. It's tough to do. They're the best team in football.
Pats.
Right, then he has a bye, and then it's the Pats again. So, dude, I think this is a winnable game. Like, I think that, again, it was 1 score. It was 1 touchdown. It was 1 big play away. We get Corey Davis back. We get Max Mitchell back, maybe Fant. And all of a sudden, we're in Foxborough. We're the Road Warriors, man. Like, there's anything could happen. It was a 1-score game. It sucked to watch because it was just boneheaded plays that killed us. But
the range of emotions is just too much, man. Like, going into this game, we knew it was really important. So, of course, we're hyped. And then it was supposed to be 17-3. And then in 1 second, I thought it was about to be 10-10. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, my goodness. Like, we're about to go from 17-3 to 10-10 in 1 second. They held up. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we just fell right on our face in the third quarter. Just horrific, man.
I
thought we can overcome the shank punt. We can overcome the missed field goal. But honestly, we couldn't. Maybe if there was some more time for, to cap off this emotion at the end there, that touchdown to like that touchdown drive was exactly, I mean, of course, I don't want to say exact because it wasn't, but very similar to the Browns. You know, the same route that Corey Davis ran. Of course, it wasn't as open. And then he was a couple plays later, touchdown. And for a second there, of course, we burned all of our timeouts. But I was like, yo, all these people that left the stadium, like, this is gonna be an all timer. This is another day in the learning curve for Jets fans, right? Like we're starting to grow, like, game by game. Like, we're all growing together. Like the Baltimore game, Jets sucked and we sucked, right? Cincinnati, I think the fans are a little bit better, but the Jets are really bad, so we all stuck together. And then we started getting it together. The Miami game, and now we have fireworks to tell us when to go in. We're starting to get into a groove here, and then now we're gonna have the Zach Wilson stuff. I thought we were gonna have for a second. I thought we were gonna have a conversation like, you gotta stay till the end. You gotta believe in the Jets. Unfortunately, didn't happen.
Yeah, one last positive thought. We'll end on this if you want. I never felt like we were out of the game today. I never felt like pack it in, put Mike White in, bench Zach Wilson. I always felt this game like, let's keep fighting. If Zach Wilson doesn't make a back-breaking interception, we have a chance, and let's keep fighting. And to your point, I was just thinking about the Cleveland Brown game. Like, we have a chance. We can get an onside kick. We're the only team in the league that's done it so far this season. Let's freaking do it again. Let's go. And we came up short. It sucks. Again, a one-score game against our bitter rival that's beaten us a zillion times to nothing the last few times we played. It's a young quarterback, Bill Belichick's specialty. We're going to get better. I feel confident about this team moving forward.
Must win versus the Patriots now. Like, if we beat the Bills, then it's not a must win. Like, we're good. It would be nice, but we're still good. For the most part, that Jets Patriots game after the bye week is gonna tell a lot about this team. But of course, if the Jets come back and upset the Bills, that would be crazy. Any last thoughts here?
Crazier things have happened. No, I mean, like you said, if we go 1-1 in our next two, we're heading down the stretch, which we thought was going to be the best part of our schedule, the easiest part of our schedule. It's looking like it's going to be, and we would be 6-4. Like, that's fine. That's a great spot to be in. So,
listen, man.
Today sucked, but I think there's positives. I don't think sell the team. I don't think we have to tank for CJ Stroud or whoever's going to be this top quarterback. That's going to be the thing. Joe Douglas is going to tell us how to feel about the rest of the season come the trade deadline. If Joe Douglas does something nutty and trades for a quarterback, then he thinks we're all in. He thinks we have a chance to make a run, and then I'm all in on that. If he doesn't, then it's just, let's play Zach Wilson as much as possible. Let's figure out what we have with Zach Wilson. Let's try to make it work, because I don't think just signing it or drafting a rookie quarterback at the top of the draft class is going to change anything. It's going to be another 3 years for him to learn. We're going to waste all our good players. I think if it doesn't work out with Zach Wilson, it's going to be sign a veteran guy and try to make a run type deal, because it seems like Joe Douglas is great at trading and great at signing people.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll see.
It's gonna be a tough couple weeks, but we have more positive news here. We got a really big guest on coming in next week for the Jets. Maybe put us on the track. I know he was feeling some type of way about Zach Wilson today, so we'll get his thoughts on the Jets. And man, I hope the Bills lose tonight. We're on that mode.
Oh yeah, big Green Bay fans tonight. Let's get it done.
Yo, I'm about to wear. Yo, you know what?
Oh, I have a Winning Picks Weekly question for you, but I could talk to you after.
What's up? Go ahead.
I have a first half. Time. Yeah, this is etc. portion. I have a first half. The better teams are going to kill the bad teams parlay going, and it's like 200 to win 1,100, and it was the Eagles first half -6.5. Who else was the other big favorite today? The Dallas Cowboys -6.5 first half, and the Bills -6.5 first half. Do I hedge that out, or how do I hedge it out? Do I take the Packers first half?
Is there a cash out option?
There's no cash out option. They took it away on FanDuel. Sons of guns. So do I put like 500 on the Packers plus 6.5, or do I try to middle it?
That's a tough.
It's a tough one. All right, nothing stood out to you right away. All right. Yeah. Well, listen, if you're listening to this, I'm Winning P Weekly on Twitter. We're Winning P Weekly on Twitter. He's Jay Meleka. We're Knicks, Jets, etc. on Twitter. So, find us on there. Let us know what you think. Should I hedge it out? Should I not hedge it out? I just keep thinking about that guy today that was circling the internet who had the 2 touchdown scores. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I
He
didn't
had
see anything.
he had like 3 guys hit, and then he had Derrick Henry in the 4 o'clock window, and then it was like, should he hedge out or not? It was $10 to win 25 grand, and I forget who the other guys were. And of course, he hedged out, so he took 2,500, I think, and he would have 25,000 because
Little winning
Derrick.
picks weekly. Little winning picks weekly, and this etc. today.
Yeah, Derrick
Ride
Henry was
with
nuts.
John and Greg. All right, you know what it is. If you haven't liked this podcast already, what are you doing, man? Hit us up on the Knicks, Jets, etc. period YouTube page. Like and subscribe there. Hit us up with your comments. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, everything. Spotify, Apple. Leave us a 5-star review there. Winning Picks Weekly. We're on the Twitter. Winning P Weekly on YouTube. I'm Jay Meleka. This has been a tough one.
It
I'll
has
be
been.
back at Jetlife next week. Man. Lastly, I don't know if you're still here, but I forgot to mention it. I think Elijah Moore should be traded.
All right, we'll see. Come deadline, let's go, Joe
For
Douglas.
him, and us. I would love, in my fantasy world, Greg, Elijah Moore for Claypool. That would be nice. That would be fun for me.
That would be cool. I don't see Pittsburgh doing that, but that would be cool.
All right, we out.